Okay, YouTube, this is my first video to demonstrate the sequence game that I had programmed in VB6. So I took a class in 2003. It was my first introduction to event-driven programming and using a GUI on Windows, even though I had done some programming in Pascal and done some basic graphics on there. This is my first real game, complete game that I had made in Visual Basic. So if you're interested in this game, leave me a comment and I can send you a copy of it. So as I said, it's in Visual Basic 6, so you'll probably get a CD with this sequence folder on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and there's a copy of it over here on my desktop, but I'm just going to run this. Okay. And here's what you get. You get the opening title screen. Welcome to Sequence. Here's the company that made the original game, so I'm giving them credit, and I've just created this recreational version of this game. And as I've said in the previous video where I designed a board game, this is not the exact game that Jax has created. The board looks a little different, the rules are a little different, but it's pretty much the same game. I'm not looking to infringe on their copyright. I'm not looking to make any money off this game. The purpose of this is to show my love of programming, and if someone sees something that they like here and they would like to comment, please leave a comment. Or if you're a company that's looking for a programmer with some talent, you know, I'd love to work on, you know, a small project, a game, something, you know, like this. I'm actually surprised this game was never created for the Mac or the PC. Maybe it was, but I've never seen a version, so to try to be unique on YouTube, I'm sharing some of my talents. So I've got just a little graphic that I created here in Paint, sequence. The idea is you're going to try to create two sequences of 5 in a row. And here's a scroll or object down here, just scrolling. So to start the game, you just click the logo. Alright, and we're gonna have some options here. This is the options screen. You can play anywhere from 1 through 4 players. I know the real game, I think you can play up to 12, but the version that I went through with the board game with the folks that were playing in Florida, they played 4 players. So I designed this game that you can play up to 4 human players, or you can play by yourself with 3 computer partners, and that's what I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate. So it's already set by default to 1 player. You're going to go ahead and put in your name, which defaults to player 1, so my name is Doug, so I'll just go ahead and put that in. You can set a difficulty level. I can go through these difficulties in a subsequent video, but easy I think just plays either the top or the bottom of the board. This is how the computer plays, and obviously if it can make a run of 5, it's going to try to do that, but it'll opt to play one part of the board or the other. Normal would be maybe for a more normal difficulty playing this level or this game. You know, it's going to look to make runs of 5 and try to look at the cards that are already on the board and, you know, try to make like a run of 4, I call it a 2-sided 4-bagger, such as you could win on both sides. And then difficult would be kind of looking at I call it the weight of each space and the weight of the card, and obviously the center positions are better to play because you can make more runs from center positions where the corners, where the jokers are. There's only 3 runs that are possible out of that spot. So the computer is going to try to use a weighting algorithm and try to play the middle spaces, and of course try to look at the cards that it has and how many are together or within a range of 5. So let's just play normal. Debug mode is, you can enable that. Let's say if we want to debug this game further, we find a problem, you can turn that on. It'll save the deck that was used in a text file and the moves that were made so that you could go ahead or I can go ahead and debug the game. Alright, but we're going to leave it all with this, and we're going to just say go to board. Okay, now here is the sequence board. So I think in a subsequent video I'll go ahead and actually start playing the game, but I just want to go through the layout. When I showed this game to an experienced programmer, the first thing they said was, well, all the cards aren't shown here on the, the whole card is not shown in the display. And I'm like, almost kind of wanted to slap them. But anyway, it's how programmers are sometimes, very opinionated. But if you look at the last video that I made with the actual board game, this is what the board looks like. Like I said, it looks different than the game by Jax. It's just basically the top left corner of the card, and each card is reflected across the center line here. But basically you're going to put poker chips on there, and if I had the whole card in the real game, the poker chip would only cover part of the card, so that's why only part of the card is shown here. Plus, it's really unnecessary to show the whole card here. As long as you see what the spaces are, you can do it. There's the HUD here, the heads-up display. It'll show you kind of the status of the game. We haven't started anything yet here, but basically you see that Team 1, which is you're going to be Team 1 playing across from you with a computer player. You're Team 1, and this is Team 2. They will be these two players. If you like, you're south and north, and these two computer players are, what would they be? This would be west, and this would be east. Anyway, it shows that the game is ready. No cards have been dealt yet. Just go ahead and click Control S to start, or you can use the option up here. You can say Game, Start, Restart Game, or you can even do New Game, and then I've got some shortcuts here. And you can go back to the options screen if you want to change the options, and then finally you can exit. And one other thing, help, just to follow standard Windows gaming. Here's some information about Sequence, about the original game and their address and their phone number, and then here's the recreational version that I have created for pure enjoyment purposes only. And this is currently version 2.3, 2.03. I've had several of them. And then here's a quick overview of the games here, so of the rules. Okay, so let's just go ahead and start the game, and then I'll go ahead and play it in another lesson. Okay, so you click Start Game. So here you go. Here's us now. This is Doug, and we're going to play red. And here are our cards: Queen of Clubs, 8 of Spades, Ace of Clubs, 10 of Clubs, and 9 of Hearts. Now I know this is a little hard to see. There are a lot of enhancements that I would like to make in this game that I didn't learn in my class, and it was hard to read through some of the APIs that Visual Basic has, Microsoft has. So if anybody could help me, one of the first things I would want to know is, how do you detect the resolution of the person's screen and adjust your graphics accordingly? Basically, this game is played on the highest resolution of this screen, which I think is like something like 1344 by 768. I think it'll play well on any resolution except 800 by 600 doesn't look like it displays very well, so you want to update your resolution. Okay, so that's about all for now in this video. Click on a space where you wish to play, so we'll do that next video. We're the current Team 1, and we're Player 1. This will be Player 2 on Team 1 across, and then this will be Team 2, Player 1. Over here would be Team 2, Player 2. Neither team has any runs yet, and it's instructing you can go ahead and play the game. Alright, so I'll continue this next video. Thanks for watching.